starting to look like an airplane. All that sorted out. Elevators are working. Rudders on. One little detail that I'm copying off of Algae. When I put the fabric on, I want these, I don't know what you call it, scallops on there. Well, I've got a Coke box, cut it up, and get a template for how I'm going to merge it into there and how I'll get it cut onto there, so that when the fabric lies on there, you'll have a nice join, or a nice feature where the fabric ends. So it just won't come to a sudden end and there'll be wrinkles maybe in the fabric there. This will give it that nice scallop look. And then I just take this and flip it over and make one for the other side as well. So that will get that little feature done. And it's the little features that take all the time to figure out. So that is the feature there. Probably going to do the same sort of thing up here. We'll get a larger scallop there, and then one there as well, to have a nice, so the fabric sits on there nice, and you'll see, instead of the wrinkles where it's tightening across here and across that 90-degree corner, you'll see a nice scallop look there and there. All right, in preparation for putting the fabric on, if you remember, this is homemade, my own design, and I had rounded turtle deck compared to straight up and straight across. So when I cut out the original rounded former here, I put these were just kind of sitting on top, embedded a little bit, and I wanted to bring this back piece right level with all the stringers, so that when you have your little scallops in there, it's going to fit nice and flat all the way across. And so on the back, when you look at it, when that gets done, it'll be a nice flat surface to wrap your fabric all the way around here, and then those scallops will give a nice look to the fabric. So being wood, it's easy to work with. I added little pieces, I don't know if you can see that, just on there to each of these, and then sanded them so it's nice and level with the top, so that the fabric will come right over and go right across to the back. So just that little bit of work that you have to do if you want to start doing stuff on your own. There's always a little bit of fiddling and stuff, and the nice thing about working in wood is that you can fix that on the go. So then I've been bending some plywood, trying to get an idea of how that's going to bend, how thick I should make it. Algae did that on his. I can't remember. I'm going to have to go back and look and see what size of ply he put on there. The 1/16 might be. I've got 1/16, I've got 1/32. I've got a bunch of different stuff. The 1/32 is almost like paper, so it's probably going to be too thin. But I think this is 1/16, and that might work pretty good in there. I'm going to make up a form anyways. I've just been practicing with different pieces of plywood there to get something nice to go into that. So that's what we're working on there. Now you want it so that the fabric's going to cover the back here. The fabric's going to come up and cover the back here. This is going to be left open. Then the fabric is going to cover here and wrap around like that. And then you'll be able to remove your horizontal stabilizer and aileron that are going to go in, elevator that are going to go in the back here. And they'll just slide in there. And there's going to be clamps here that you screw it to. So you kind of have to imagine when you're thinking about the fabric in 3D and thinking ahead of time, and that's why I was thinking about this little detail here to make sure this is nice and level and it gives a nice flat surface for that fabric to wrap around. All right, I continue.